Hi guys, like I promised, here is the video on how to navigate through Jamboard. And so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so once you're on Google on your account, you click these four little apps, this little platform here. And this is where I find the Jamboard just for easy access. This is where you would click. All right, so if I click onto my Jamboards. Okay, and so I've already created a couple. These two I actually got from other teachers. That's how I got the idea. But this is where you they're really, really easy to use, and they're great for, I think, kind of like a card sort activity. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. Let's go through. All right, so this is a microscope one that I've kind of generated, especially for my lower end kids, to kind of help them with vocabulary and imagery. And so you basically, this is kind of like your paper or your whiteboard or card sort, so to speak. And once you have done it, they can take these slides when you assign it to the student and then move it wherever they think, and then they can either leave it as it is or take a picture of it. But let me go ahead and show you how to create one. Okay, and so here at the top, you'll see you'll have like certain slides. If you keep going, this is where you get clear ones, and you can actually go as many times as you need to get a full new sheet and create as many as you want. So let me go ahead, and in this clear one right here, you're going to see you have, go ahead and move my, all right, sorry, getting situated. All right, you have your cursors here, all the different things you can use, your toolbox, to creating your, in this case, manipulative. And so there is a place for you to write, right? So you can choose your pen style, as well as the colors. And so if you wanted this color, you wanted to use either pen, marker, obviously this is about the thickness of it, and then you can actually just go on there and write, and it'll save anything for you. This is great if you wanted the kids to draw something, or if they wanted, you can have them like point to something. There is an erasers tab, so it kind of just works like a whiteboard feature in that sense. But the part 4 that we're going to be focusing on in terms of creating that card sort would be these two right here. So adding image and adding a sticky note. And so let's say we said we're going to be focusing on ProCarrot versus UCarrot cell. So I'm going to go ahead and add an image of a cell. And so when you click on images, it sends you to this right here. And so you can either upload one through your desktop, so say you have pictures already stored that you want to use, or if you upload certain pictures from the exam, you can do that, or you can search it off the web. So let me go put cells, and then you can take a look. And so see, as far as Google, and it links up with Jamboard, it actually has some good images already. So let's just go ahead and just choose that one for the sake of this little tutorial. Select. All right, and just let me make this. All right, and so now that you have it, if you needed to add multiple, you can hit duplicate. Let me, real quick, I'm going to delete this and erase this so that it's not in my way. Just want to show you, so see it does erase. So we're working with a clean screen. All right, back to images, select that. Okay. And so now that the image is on, you can resize it anyway. Let's say you can also duplicate it. So if you wanted to have the same image, you can do that. All right, so I'm just gonna have one. And let me go ahead and look for another image. Be more specific, put bacteria. All right, And then, like I said, you can look through here, or if I know we have some really good ones already that we used last year, we can easily upload to our computer and use it. That's fine. Okay. And so the only thing that with this is whatever image it has, it's what you use. There is no, that I know of right now, I'm trying to figure out. I don't think there's any cropping tools. So if you like wanted to remove this or any kind of like changing the image in terms of its color or anything. So you might have to save this image, let's say on a Word document or on a Paint type app for you to change those. And then that's the final image that you want. That's what you would save. So that's the only downfall with this is that I don't think there's any cropping mechanism, but it's not that big of a deal. You can easily, like I said, use Word, crop it, save that new image, and then post it from here. All right. And so once you have all the images, we can also, let's go ahead and add our graphing organizer. And so I'm going to see chart. Perfect. And obviously the settings of all this, and you change it the way you want, will take a little, have some practice into it. Okay, so now in terms of formatting, right, so if you wanted them to move this image, see how it kind of gets hidden. And so what you want to set for a setting is order. And so this is where you tell it to bring forward. Oh, maybe not. Okay, bring front. There you go. So now you can see that this picture in terms of how it is laid out will be on the back part. And so the kids can now move it and it won't interrupt. So make sure, see this one might be the same problem. So order, bring front. And there you go. Okay, so we'll have to put those settings for it. And that's one of the great features I like for this. And so when we were to then share this or post it off of, or put it on Google Classroom, kids will then see this and then they can then move it around. If you wanted them a place to write, you can add a text box for them. And so we can then ask questions here. So like, what is the difference between the cells? Something, right? It's really quick. All right, and so you can add a text box when you ask a question. Now, as far as, as them answering, here's a really neat way. And this way, they won't mess with your writing or anything. They can add a sticky note. So you click on sticky note. It pulls up them. And in this case, like what I would have kids is first thing, put their name. So let's just say if it's N, and then he would answer that question. And so put, I don't know, one cell is larger. Let me just for time. And then he would save. And so now this is his answer, and then he can have it there. And so you can have multiple students working on the same Jamboard, and everyone kind of puts their ideas or their answers. And if you want to keep them accountable, you can have them add their name. Or if you just want it to be just a thought process and everyone can just answer, that's up to you. But I think this is a really nice way to showcase that whole, we said about card sort, how to add them. Again, you could implement questions, and essentially how they will interact with you is by them, they can add sticky notes in which they can either answer the question or make their comments. And then the good thing too is that when you, let's say once they're done, and then you want to give them feedback, you can add your own sticky note. Maybe you have a designated color if you want to be specific, but like, okay, everyone can choose a color except pink because pink's going to be for Dr. G's notes or comments. And so that would be like, when whoever they turn this in, they'd be like, great job. Elaborate on your thoughts, something like that. And then I can send it back to them. And then so then they'll see my note. And then you can they can send it back to them and they can see what you're thinking or what you thought their thought process was. And so, yeah, I think it's pretty easy. And in the case that if you wanted to create more, you would then just go back to a new slide, and then you have a whole new template and you can add it. The one thing I have not figured out, I'm so sorry, is that say if I once created this and I love my layout and I wanted to take this layout and add it here directly, is there a copy and paste mode? I have not figured that out. So if you do, please share. So as of right now, what I've been doing, let me go back to my Jamboards to show you what I've done with the microscope, which I will say is a little time consuming. All right, so it is a little time consuming to see with the microscopes. I've just created, I created multiples, but I actually had to go in and do it myself. So if I wanted this picture, and then if I wanted to add it to this one right here, I would just have to recopy it. And so again, I haven't figured out how to make multiple panels for the same one. Once I do, I'll let you guys know. But if you guys have any questions regarding how to manipulate these types of, how to add images, how they can interact, please let me know. There's also tons of YouTube videos with people who are more proficient at this than I am, but I just kind of wanted to share with you what I know, and I'm always open to learning new things. So if you figure out something, a new treasure with this, please do share. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. Please let me know if you need help. All right, have a great one, guys.